The truth about Satan damns to hell, this sin-cursed earth, where evil reigns. Why? Because all the insane, abusing narcissists, nothing bad happens to them. I could care less about all the chosen ones, Jordan, the Jamaican one, and every single last chosen one. Even the young lad, same age as my David, the elect of God, says that there's karma. Now, the one thing that the elect of God is right on, chosen one, elect of God, it's 25, like David. He says that there is no such thing as the law of attraction and the universe. And really, if you really think about it, right, there is no love in this world because of the law of attraction. So there better be something else out there, like a Jesus. Like maybe God did come down. I mean, even though all these stories are made up, I do believe that the Old Testament God is Satan. It's pretty determining. And the very easy point is an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Well, that's what? The ego says, what a fighter would say, not Jesus. And not Gandhi, but Jesus was a different person. And you can't prove anything. You can't prove shit. Just like victims can't prove anything at all, ever. I mean, you can get some proof from some victims, but most victims, no. The insane abuser covers it all up. And my whole life was hell, basically. I mean, other people get checks. Well, I got a check for like a little tiny year. I mean, and my government check never ever, it never benefited me. Ever. Not one time. Like some people allow, a person to help them out to save up money to that never ever happened with me. Okay, I never ever was given any type of help, any kind of money from anyone. That's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And yeah, money is the only thing that you need in this world to keep you surrounded. It's ridiculous. All of my insane abusers, how rotten they really were to me, acting like I ever had a chance. Like, what? Having a chance is something that my kids had, okay? Left alone for 7 years. Majorly. I never ever, could save up money or, do anything. You need somebody supportive. And I needed emotional support. And, because of being traumatized to death, I always thought I was worthless. So, yeah, the law of attraction really helps that out. But, okay, this is why the law of attraction is super evil. Okay. Because 3 billion, I don't know. I'm just making a pretty accurate assumption. 3 billion victims are being tortured right now. So what kind of state of mind are they in? They're in a death state of mind. They are they're in a death state of mind. I mean, they are desperate. They are needy. Okay, well, the law of attraction doesn't go for that. That's what they all teach, all of them. Except for the elect of God. He was right on. Yeah, there's something wrong with the law of attraction. Because, yeah, you can, um, you can still think good of yourself and still say, I'm going to get $1 million today, and it'll never ever happen. You know, it all depends on your luck, on an off day when somebody's in a good mood and will help you out. And that might never happen for most people in their circumstances, especially third world countries. But really, how many other really, 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 really bad circumstances? Like Mr. Bobbitt almost killing Lorraine Bobbitt. Now, she did a natural thing, and then they sewed it back on. Like, what? And he did porn, so what the hell is up with that? But, yeah, he almost killed her for 5 years. Not the total 5 years, but I would say 4 fucking years out of the 5. So her natural response was that response. And that's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And the law of attraction, what does she have? The most abusive man on the face of the planet at that time. Now, I don't understand how someone can, like, change. But he was abusive to her. Okay, because he was allowed to be abusive to her. Look at fucking insane Jeffrey Dahmer. In the army for 9 years. Didn't harm a fly. Look at that. That's, whoa. That says a lot right there. So if Lorraine Bobbitt's husband could get away with it, so he did. And that's the way it goes down. That's reality. And no help, no victims get help. I cried when I saw the New York homeless people. Someone's giving $45 million to take care of them. Oh, okay, well, we house, 233 men. The same amount of women, but, this place has mold. They give them rotted food. And nothing's done, because they're homeless. They can't do anything. They can't buy a lawyer or anything. Oh, they food poisoned me. Well, you ate it. Now, those people should go to jail. But who goes to jail? Some innocent person that Kevin Trudeau had on in one of his books. Which was, they were throwing out, okay, whole grain bread is bad for you, but they were throwing out food that wasn't moldy. Okay, but it would cause leaky gut, so just throw it out anyway. Shouldn't eat whole grain bread. But if they just would have had plain bread. Okay, there's some breads that are good, flatbreads. Okay, make flatbreads, or, give them whatever. Just give them walnuts, all right? But if this one woman was threatened to go to jail, giving out dinners to homeless people. But her homeless food wasn't bad. New York's homeless food is bad. It all depends on the situation. Most situations aren't even looked at. People just don't care about reality and real abuse. And that's really, really sad. And I'm just sick to death of, all the lies in this world. Like, every fucking thing is a lie. And then I saw this weird video of, like, the universe. And you are the universe, which kind of, you kind of look like the universe, right? You little atoms. And no one can explain who we are. And no one can explain, where God came from. All right, and then in Genesis it does say we, which could be Satan's involved. The Bible's so confusing and hard to read, and then they came up with the Bible stories in your body, which the prodigal son. Okay. They just made up. These are just stories. The prodigal son is a really bad story. Yeah, torture your oldest good son. who goes out in the farm every day, 5 in the morning, 5 at night, works himself to death, gets nothing, gives the little spoiled little brat half of your fortune, and he goes out and just gives it away. Just parties it away, comes back, oh, Dad, I came to my senses, oh. And, what a horrible story. And Job, what a horrible story. God, I don't want my God if Job is real. Job is like one of the worst stories there is. And then, these religious people believe that story and they're like, well, the law of attraction, what he feared came to pass. No, I know a lot of fucking crazy people. My dead husband was one. And he feared the worst all the time. And it never happened to him. So no, these people have high egos. These insane, abusing narcissists. Sociopaths have high egos. And, man, they can do whatever they want. They just... it is what you believe, what you can do, but you also need resources, like a thing called money, and a thing called people, and, hey, 3 billion people at least in this world will never ever have those resources. Know the right person, have money. It's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So, there's hope to God that there's a Jesus' blood that can do something to this earth, like destroy it with fire, because you can't do anything about my dead husband, and because he's dead, and I can say that about him because nobody cared. Okay, so he would have just died in his room, and they probably just would have thrown him in the trash dump.